I'm going to call it the email situation that we have in today's society, is absolutely overwhelming to most people and reduces their productivity significantly. The first thing I would say to people, if you want to raise your productivity level, is turn off any pop-up notifications that you've received email. Just stop that shit. There's no way around it, because seriously, that distracts you enough to take you off your focus. And the studies tell us that it takes you up to 15 minutes to regain your focus back again. So email is the most pervasive, and right up there with Facebook, I'm going to say. Facebook and email are the most pervasive interrupters of our productivity in our workday. So turning off my email notifications and my Facebook notifications, I would say you'd want to do. In terms of having outsourcing, services, whether it be your own VA or an app that does that in some measure, to me it's got to be a good thing, because you don't want to be focused on the small stuff in the day that seems to be ending up the big rocks. I don't know if you remember, years ago, Stephen Covey did an example of big rocks, small rocks, sand in a bucket.
Yeah.
It's a great video.
It is.
What are the big things that you want in life? You put those in the bucket first, and then what's the next more important things? Then you put those pebbles in there and you sift it all down, and things like email. And I remember this from watching it years ago. Email is essentially the sand. It's not important, but it's pervasive and it gets into every little nook and cranny. But it's not the big rock. But if you put the sand in the bucket first, then the pebbles, they'll sit one on top of another, and then the big rocks, you won't actually achieve the things that you want to achieve, because there won't be room enough in the day if you focus that way. So I think we need to turn it back around. I think we need to focus on what are the important things in your day that you need to do. And I spent a week with Jack Canfield in Arizona last year, and one of the things that I came away with is, what are 5 things I'm going to focus on today that will get me closer to my goal? And that are the first and most important things in my day. And then email and other things are secondary to that. So just check your email twice a day instead of, every time it pops up a notification, and you then, it's nearly like I know I'm rambling a little bit here, but it's nearly like the bell and Pavlov's dog, for email. So the bell rings and the dog starts to salivate, It's just a really pervasive thing. I worked with a productivity coach at the beginning of last year, because I had in my inbox over 4,500 unread emails, and just opening my inbox was exhausting. The weight of everything that wasn't getting read, whether it was important or not, was just weighing me down. And so we worked out how to reduce that inbox overwhelm. Now I can get my inbox to 0 at the very least at the end of every week. So when I close my laptop at the end of Friday, there are no emails left to deal with, and I try and get it down to no more than 5 at the end of every day, if possible to 0 at the end of every day. So it comes down to filtering. It comes down to using apps like Unroll Me for things that you've subscribed to that you're not reading. Just stop it. If you don't read them, then unsubscribe, because all it's doing is causing stress on you mentally, and that's taking energy away from focusing on your business.